In this video, I'm going to take you through how I go from racing to trucking and even flying.
Wow.
Most of us have to pick and choose, but not anymore, friends. Let me show you how you can do it all in one simulator. Well, welcome back, you guys. We are now in Assetto Corsa in my racing simulator. Yeah, this is exactly what you guys have seen and have reacted so positively in my last video about how I put this together and what makes up my racing simulator. But in that video, I also showed you that not only do I race and do trucking here, but I also have a flight simulator. That's right. So how the hell do we put this back into the other room and make it all work together, especially because we have pedals, we don't have rudders, so on and so forth. So with that said, boys, let's get going. Let me show you. So we're gonna film this in a little bit of a vlog style, if you guys don't mind, because last time I did it and it just felt so much smoother and so much easier to try to tell you guys this story. So I got 3 cameras going on right now. I'm gonna show you in a moment. They're all filming what I'm doing. Forgive me if you see my fat rolls coming out. I got 3 cameras on me and I'm gonna try to do this live. So with that said, I'm gonna catch it from this angle. We got the GoPro going and we got the other camera going. So I will be working all here and trying to show you guys what happens. The tools of the trade, Allen keys, and these pedals. These will be super, super crucial to the whole ecosystem because as you guys can see, I do not have rudder pedals, but I have these and I found out how to map the clutch and the gas pedal as a left and right rudder. So you guys will see that. All right, with that said, we are in a Assetto Corsa. The vehicle is running, and the reason I'm gonna leave it running, believe it or not, is because my motion simulator is actually up a few inches, and I like that. It makes it easier for me to work on. All right, boys, again, forgive my butt crack. My pants will fall down during this event. Let's get going. Item 1, gotta get out the wheel. Item 2, we gotta get out this box. Item 3, we got to get out the Stream Deck. As I explained in my last video, a couple things need to happen. This whole ecosystem here, this whole wheelbase, you know, the turn signal and the wheel, all together with this cluster, are all wired on top and underneath, and they're all sitting on this gantry. As soon as I remove bolt 1, bolt 2, 3, and 4, and unplug all of these things, this thing is free to go and it's out of here. Step 2, I got to get that button box out of there and the Stream Deck. I know the Stream Deck has to come out because that's exactly where the airplane throttle is. And you guys will see that in a moment. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is try to get these guys going over here. So we're going to loosen them up. Let's make a deal. I'm going to spare you all the bolts. So you saw me doing it, and let's come back once it's finished. So she's fully disconnected, and all we have to do is get this thing out of here. So with that said, let's see if we can pull this off without killing ourselves. There we go, boys and girls. There she is. Now we got to get this and this out of there, and that should be pretty easy because we have 2 bolts here and 1 bolt here. Not a big deal. Oh, the frustrations of doing this one-handed, but gotta do it for the tubes. Okay, boys, we are almost there. So a couple things. Yes, my wiring has been removed, so we have to quickly find a place to host these wires, and we have a couple more wire clips. If you guys need wire clips, we do sell them at thesimsima.com. For now, we're just going to tuck them here, and we will come back and take care of this. So here we go. It's all set. The flight simulator deck will slide right into these 2 things, and then we'll find a mating condition down in one of these holes, in one of these T-nuts. This could be a problem. Every time I tighten it and I move it, it's right down to the last millimeter. The flying deck actually touches up on it. So anyways, let's give that a chance right now. So with that said, watch me struggle. I hope you're ready. I'm going to come in with this massive thing and let's see how it works. Now that I have it in and it's dirty and it needs a wipe, these holes will attach right where the steering wheel used to attach. But the problem is I can't see my T-nuts. So now I got to pull this thing slightly back out and then push the T-nuts so that we can see them through the holes. and that will attach this permanently. I need 2 massive bolts to go through the thickness of this wood all the way down to those T-nuts, and that is what we're going to go find right now. Okay, boys, yeah, that looks kind of weird, right? We got a flight deck inside of a Porsche 911 GT3 RS, right? So we got to keep going here. Now we have to do the hooking of the cable. So this is what I want to show you, because it sounds really bad and really crazy, but it's not. I got 1 USB, I got 1 HDMI. Can we do this? Can we do this? No, not really, boys. Wow, look at that. Whew, boys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little hot. The other thing is this cable right here that's dangly dingly gives power to, I believe, right there, which is my USB hub that we have powering all of this. So that needs power, and there she gets it right there. Whew. I don't know how long it's passed. I'm assuming 15 to 20 minutes by now. I am tired and sweaty. Anyways, all right, guys, we got to keep going. So it looks like we have power. Everything should be good. Everything's plugged in. Let's just make sure she's got enough slack. HDMI is plugged in, and we should be good to go. Okay, boys, now we are going to stop this game. Let's see if everything works, and if it does, I will see you straight in Flight Simulator. I'm going to try to walk you through the steps necessary also. I'm trying to record how I get this to work, how I get my pedals to work and everything like that. All right, so the first thing you got to do is absolutely you have to use a UJR mapper, which there are plenty of videos on the internet. Do not ask me how to do it other than to show you that. It's this program that you open. It's called UJR.exe. All right, guys, there we go. So as I move my flippy floppies around, looks like I need a little bit of grease over there. If I move that around and we come up here, we see that it is all working and everything will work. Again, you'll need to follow the very strict tutorial on how to get this done. It's not easy and it's kind of frustrating, but you will get there, I promise you. Another thing that I use is SPAD.NEXT, and that gets you to remap all of your buttons. So all of these devices and everything else gets to be remapped. This is another super complicated program that helps quite a lot with getting your simulator in order. I don't want the game to recognize these buttons. I want them to do whatever I need them to do, and so on and so forth. So for example, on the radio, I can actually set myself the barometer settings instead of the radio settings. Let's go.
3 hours later.
So excited when I started this journey. I couldn't wait to show you guys. And then I remembered that when I play this game, I get so frustrated. This game is so frustrating and stupid. Tired of this game. Look at how much effort I put in. I was just telling my wife, I was so excited when I started this journey. I couldn't wait to show you guys. And then I remembered that when I play this game, I get so frustrated. This game is so... Yeah, so what happened here, this was 3 hours worth of effort. And I'll be honest with you, by this point I was getting really frustrated, and it had nothing to do with switching over from racing, trucking to flying, which is what this video is about. But the following series of events almost made me pull my hair out. And this is not the first time. I have not played this game for at least a couple months. And the reason is because this always happens. As soon as I get this plugged in, all of my peripherals need updating. NVIDIA Surround no longer works, so we have to remap the screens. The graphics driver needs updating, and then we go in this cycle of updating and trying to get everything to work together. So this is unrelated to Flight Simulator, but the Flight Simulator is not off the hook, because as soon as I got in, it crashed. And why did it crash? Because we are trying to run it in 4K at high resolution on triple screen. And please don't forget, the triple screen is a advanced mode only, which means they don't stand by what they did. And if any of you have experience with triple screen in Flight Simulator, it is a disaster the way it's set up. How this many years later this is still an advanced feature that's not actually tuned and part of the game, I have no clue. But enough of my bitching. This is 2 days later when I actually calmed down. I came back, and now I'm going to take you through what I actually have in my flying rig, what instruments I have, and how I use it all. But I think it's worth mentioning that this game played at this level with this much equipment and these massive triple 4K screens is not easy. It's not like an Xbox. You don't get to turn it on and turn it off. It's quite frustrating. As I make this video, I want to tell you that this flight simulator is no longer installed, and I'm happily trucking because I love having fun. I hate aggravation. So let's go. All right, guys, well, there you have it. We are flying. So, you know, as I said, you can actually use a driving rig to fly. Let me just pause this for a moment. The cool part is if you plan it properly, if you plan your setup properly, you can actually switch out all of this gear right here, all of it, and you wouldn't know the difference. You can enjoy flying and then you can go back to driving. So, you know, why do we want to do that? Because we can use all of these cool devices. We have all of these Logitech panels. You know, we have the autopilot, the radio, and the main panel. We have Honeycomb, Alpha, Yoke, as well as this custom G1000 Garmin. You can use things like these throttles, fully functional, but remember, everything depends on your pedals, because there's not enough room for all of us to do racing, driving, and to do flying. So, you know, remember, using your gas pedal and your clutch, we can make this happen using UJR. This should be pretty easy. You just have to plan for it to be easy to swap in and out, and that should work for you. I hope this helped. Any questions you have, ask me in the comments below. And you know, with the newer cards now, if you have something like a 4090 and above, maybe a 5080, 5090, you're gonna get pretty good frame rates. I don't know if you guys can see it up in the top corner. We're getting 75 frames per second, which is pretty amazing. Triple 4K. I do sometimes reduce these side screens to a lower resolution, but again, it's all possible. You can do it all. You don't have to choose and pick. You don't have to get yourself two rigs. You can make it all happen with one rig. So fly a little bit more. So I really hope that this was helpful. I hope it gives you some idea on how you can pull this off if you want to do racing, trucking, and flying at the same time. As you saw, it's not easy, but if you plan, and I can't keep saying this enough, if you plan in advance, this should work out in your favor. It's hard enough to find room for one rig. Imagine having two or three. I know there's a few lucky out there that have 2-3 rigs, but it's not me, and it's probably not you if you're watching this video. So again, I hope this was helpful. If it wasn't, please reach out below. I'll try my best to answer all your questions. Oh yeah, for now, let's get back to where I belong, boys. Enough of this silliness.